All right, it means we are
Ready to go.
ready to go. I think my mic's on. There it goes. I will call the meeting to order. Hope everybody's got a copy of the agenda in front of them. We've all signed the roll. There's no other commissioners, no other guests here today. Next thing, we need to approve the agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Arla, seconded by Jeff to approve the agenda. All in favor say aye. All opposed, like sign. Well, we have approved the agenda. Let Miss Carolyn catch up
What was that first and second again?
for approving the agenda.
I mean, who was it?
Arliss was first and Jeff second.
Okay.
Let's see, next thing on the agenda, public comments. No public comments. Everybody should have a copy of last month's minutes on the second page.
Motion to approve.
Got a motion by Arliss to approve
Second.
the minutes, seconded by Jeff. All in favor of approving the minutes as printed, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Well, the minutes have passed. So next thing on the agenda is unfinished business. We don't have any. And then I'll let Miss Carolyn catch up and we'll start on new business. You ready? And new business? Got anything, Ben?
Yeah, I got a few things. It's getting close to Thanksgiving, and that's when we want to bring our mowers in. You know what's not knocked down good enough. We may. I got one guy that's finished with fourth round. Most of them are on finished their fourth rounds. Isn't that right, Joe? They all done 4 rounds this year. So we may send one crew back out on the one that's a little bit he's not behind, but he likes a little finishing up his route, so we may send some of our mowers back out and let him help that guy so we can all come in at Thanksgiving. But Thanksgiving's when we're going to come in with the mowers. So shouldn't be any more of them out in the road. We did a couple of pavings. I know last time we talked about Fredonia Village a little bit. We got that one completed since the last meeting. And another one that we did that I would like for all of you guys to go look at is Urban Farms subdivision off Oak Hill Road. We did a little deal there where we sprayed it's certainly not the technical word for it, but it's a fog seal. So we took our distributor truck and sprayed oil on after we swept the loose chips off of Tar and Chip Road, we sprayed this on there and turned it black, and that done away with all the dust and hopefully glued down any stray chips that were still not stuck to the road good. So we're going to keep eye on that. I think we sprayed it a little too thick. They told us it's going to take 1,500 gallons to spread it, and we ended up putting 2,600 gallons on it, I think. So we doubled what we should have done, or not quite. But I'd like for y'all to go out there and look at that, see what you think about that.
So that's after you.
After we chip sealed it, it sat there for about 2 weeks and had times, there's not a lot of traffic in there, so it took a little longer to, most of the time the cars will whip the chips off of it, but
Right.
there, we ended up getting, I don't know, probably probably 4 or 5 yards of loose chips. We
Yeah.
swept them up and then we picked them up with got a broom on a bucket we rented and picked them all up and piled them back in the pile to use for the next go round maybe. But we're kind of proud of it, and we got to learn how to. I think our nozzles on our distributor was too big, so we didn't get enough pressure to spray it as hard as it should have been sprayed.
Which you can use a little more too that way.
Yeah, we had to use a little more, but it got covered really good. It took it a little longer to dry than it should have. They said 30 minutes to an hour for it to dry, turn traffic on it. And this took more like 2 or 3 hours. But it looks good now. I don't foresee any problems with that road for a while. And we did J.M. Johnson out there on off of Lumley Stand Road. And we ended up with a little fog seal left, so that's the last one we did. We just went and emptied our truck out on J.M. Johnson, so we'd have our truck clean.
What's that, about 3/10 of a mile or something like that? Couple of
It's not much.
Not much. We paved it, torn chipped it, sealed
What's
it.
this now?
That is on J.M. Johnson Lane.
That Fox is a pretty reasonable price.
Off of Longley
That
Stand.
fog seal ended up, we ended up getting 3,600 gallons, but we only sprayed 2,600. It cost $2.13 a gallon. And we bought got 18 twice. We bought 3,600 gallons.
Yeah.
Cause we're somewhere around $9,000.
Good stuff.
Sound like that got a lot of work done if you did all urban farms, because that's
It's
probably
about a
better than
mile.
around there.
It's a mile and 2/10.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's a pretty good ways around that.
And we put shoulders on Lumley Stand Road with our new road widener. That seemed to work out good. OR was there. He'll tell us about it in a week or two if it did all right or not. A month or so. But that's on his territory out there. Let's see, yeah, we had a TCHOA conference, Tennessee County Highway Officials Association in Murfreesboro, and got to see some new ideas on what's going on in the paving and fixing tiles. And well, I know JoJo and I saw a little deal where they roll this PVC, get it hot enough to melt, put it inside a corrugated metal pipe with the bottom rusted out of it. Get that in there and plug it off and blow it up against the wall, and it sticks. It looks really good, doesn't it, Joe?
It's neat.
Huh.
Like if you have a hot mix road with a deep tile and the bottom's rusted out, instead of digging the whole road out, what he said, you put that in there and blow it up, and it lines the whole inside, and you ain't gotta replace the tile.
And it's PVC, so it's like
It'll
putting
harden.
it looks like a PVC pipe once you get it in there.
Wow, if you get
How
a,
do you heat it?
They
Victorious.
plug it with steam. They heat it with steam. They
Mm.
plug one in and pump steam to it, and that
Okay.
when they get it hot enough,
yeah,
they
you've got some spots if that would work.
It-
There's a lot of spots around the county where you've had to put tiles in, and then you get that, cause you can't never get it back.
it's expensive though.
That's what I was gonna say, what's the cost on that?
I got one. I got him to bid me one about a year ago on Blanton's Chapel. Is that the one we paved here a while back?
Yeah.
It's either Blanton's. It's right there at the end of Mr. Shelton's MG England. There's a tile that goes under Bashaw Creek, or not Bashaw Creek, Blanton's Chapel. And I think it was $14,000 to line that tile. It was about 40 foot long.
Yeah.
It was about 4 or 5 feet in the ground. And the deeper they are, the harder it is to get them compacted.
You couldn't have dug that out and put a tile in it and fix the road back for 14,000, could you?
Not fix it and
Put the
with
road
no
back.
scar, no
Right.
bump.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it be, yeah.
But you know,
What do you do? Just somebody has the machine to put the steam to it, and you just rent that when you?
no, they come out and put it in.
Oh, they do it for you.
Yeah.
Okay, the company that got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing, is you pull one up and you can't ever,
No, that bump will be there forever.
We did one on Belmont before Benton come in. And we had that road shut down for, I think it was like 3 or 4 days. It was so deep, we had to have both grade alls, one on each side.
Yeah.
And utilities, we had water, gas, and everything. You know, we had to be easy digging around it. And there's a bump there today.
I mean, this one, I don't care what you do, it's hard to get that bump out of it. You'll have to dig that out. I don't know if you could ever pump it, put enough, work it long enough to get,
Those two pieces of ground and will uneven, and whichever part goes down, the wheels hit that and so hard it's unbelievable amount of pressure they put on there, and it kind of pushes it to the side and down too, so it's hard to ever get. Well, I got something else down here that we were looked at. There's a bridge that's got a pretty bad dip on it on Ragsdale Road. That came up at the Rural Road and Bridges meeting a couple of weeks ago. And we have, we're gonna dig down beside it on the floor.
Is that a culvert or a bridge?
It's a bridge, 18-foot bridge.
it's that longer one on,
It's not long enough to be state. State has to be
okay,
20.
so they,
So it's not a state
it's not
bridge.
that one,
It's our county bridge. No, not the one at Taylor Road.
okay, yeah, that's when you said bridge on Rags, that's what I was thinking, the one there on.
Well, we're gonna dig down beside it and talk to the engineer about it. He said if we dug down and filled this little box there and let the concrete flow up under the bridge and grout the cracks that are in it, we all be good for a while. So sometime this winter we'll fall in on that. And while we're talking about bridges, you're talking about the other one on Ragsdale Road. They tell me we're getting awful close to bidding 2 of them. They won't let us bid it unless we got the money. So who knows what'll happen? We've been thinking that for 2 or 3 years now. But Ragsdale Road, and I think there's one on Duncan Road.
Yeah, you told me that right after I come on the first time, the
Yeah.
one there on Duncan on the dead end side. It was what you told me was.
Duncan and the other one on what's the road that goes down by Lakewood Park?
Oh yeah.
Lakewood Park Road, ain't it?
Well, no. The
Farrell's Loop.
Yeah,
yeah,
Farrell's
Farrell's
Loop.
Loop. Yeah.
Farrell's Loop.
What is it now?
Farrell's Loop.
Farrell's Loop.
We got that one, and the one on Duncan Bridge will not cost the county anything.
Yeah, I think they said a tree fell on that one on Duncan Road. It's what messed it up so bad years ago. Broke the railings and all that kind of stuff.
Another thing I need to report that is a few safety grants we got coming up. It's one safety grant, but it's 3 or 4 roads. One of them is Oak Hill. They're going to do it's signs and guardrails if it needs it, and all that kind of, suggested speed limit signs, things like that. I think it's Oak Hill and Walden Ridge. I think a little bit of Kathy Ridge, maybe from the 4-way up to where it comes out on
Pea Bridge.
16th model.
Now, on Farrell's Loop, you talking about the big bridge when you come in that curve?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's see.
What was that last one after Walden Ridge?
Kathy Ridge. Oak Hill, and
Yeah.
there's one more, but I can't recall what it is right now. But they'll be doing that in the next week or 2.
Beach Grove.
No.
Probably close to that area, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that sounds really accurate. It is native.
I've had a lady call me there at the end of Schaefer Road, the little wiser girl.
Yeah.
She was worrying about slow children signs and stuff. So we'll let them put their,
Supervisors
yeah,
sign
we'll let them put those signs up and see how that,
Yes.
they'll be putting those up in the next few,
Thank you.
next month or so. So we'll let them get that done and we'll see what else we need to do. Let's see, we got our dump truck that's been in the body shop. And our new dump truck's supposed to be here in December, the one we've had ordered for 2 years. And I guess the last thing I got's our sign guy left me a note or two, and JoJo's got them here. There's still a lot of road signs getting stolen. I shouldn't say stolen, but one day they're there, the next day they're not. So, I don't-
Stole.
uh,
Now, are they doing them out of aluminum plates or are they doing them out of fiberglass plates?
aluminum.
Cause I noticed that pretty much all your fiberglass plates are still staying.
Oh, are they?
I wonder, JoJo, if you took a picture or two of one and ran a Facebook thing and just, hey, missing a bunch of signs, get people sort of looking for them, and that fact might not scare them off a little bit. Get some publicity on it.
It might, 'cause it's getting bad.
Try to share it around a little bit. And,
They,
Yeah, cause a lot of you salvage yards won't buy them.
I got one more thing now. I'm sorry about this, but we've got this Safe Streets for All grant, $150,000 grant, and they're in the stage now where they're letting the public give their opinion on what needs to be done to make the roads safer. So you'll see a QR code, hopefully in Thunder Radio, but should be one in the Tullahoma News and Manchester Times. And
was that what the little survey I did online the other day?
Yeah.
Okay,
I've got it
Yeah.
on our Facebook page.
I've already
it's
done
on,
that.
yeah, it's on the county Facebook page. It's on JoJo's Facebook page, or Coffee County. What's that called? Coffee County.
Highway Department,
Okay.
that's where we work at.
And hopefully here in another day or two, we'll get on WMSR radio and say a little more about it. But if they scan that QR code, it'll take them to a survey, multiple choice type survey, ask them what they think would be the best avenue to make roads safer. So it'd be really good to get as many people as we can to do that little survey. It does takes a few minutes. It's about 5 or 6 questions, and there's a lot of pictures to look at. So hopefully it'll be a little entertaining, and they'll get to help us decide on what to do to make the roads in Coffee County safer.
If you'll send that back out, I'll try to share it around.
And I think that's all I've got.
Anything else, JoJo, or?
Yeah, he replaced 18 name signs in Fountain Grove and the Harpo Road area. 23 road name signs in the Somerville Shady Grove area. Now, this is just in the month of October. 8 stop signs, 4 curve signs, 2 dead end signs, and 3 bridge signs. That's a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah, the roads, I mean, like, the road signs have been sort of neglected for a little while, but the
Well, like
stop
your-
signs and stuff, that, you shouldn't, yeah.
Like your area, Newt Vanetta, he's replaced both ends twice in October.
The thing he's doing too is he's
Stop signs.
he's making record of those in the
I
day.
saw where, one of them was new looking.
Are they unscrewing the bolts out of them?
Sometimes, then they're jerking the whole post down.
I was gonna say, if it's just unscrewing the bolts, we could go to a tamper-proof nut.
We tried that.
But
What was them nuts called? We bought him. Once you put it on, you couldn't get it off.
Yeah. Oh, tamper proof. Yes, I don't know.
One time bolt.
I don't know what they're called.
they break off.
And then when it was
they have too much trouble, they'll get their saws all out and
Yeah.
get it.
But the road name signs, you know, they just twist them until they break at the top.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of signs where, yeah, stop sign will have a little
Yep.
U out of it.
You know, one road that I go up quite often if I go to the dump. And my family, if it wasn't for me, to dump lady, Brashow,
Bashaw Creek,
yes.
was it down?
Well, there's so many places, you know, out on the edge,
Yeah.
and it just really needs some help.
Yeah, it does. Believe it or not, that's a busy road.
It is. It's
cut
a
through.
busy road.
Dangerous little road too.
Yeah.
'Cause they, some of them hillbillies come down through there getting.
That's where me and Benton found about 10 or 12 signposts stuffed up in a towel. They was perfect signposts. Somebody stuffed them up in there. That's about it.
You got anything, Arliss?
No, not really. I saw a couple of potholes the other day, but I can't remember where, so I'll just text you when I see them again.
Okay.
Got anything, Jeff?
Yeah, bridge on Fredonia Road, right there before you get to Stanley White, you pass Stanley Jones's place. You know what I'm talking about?
Where,
In that curve,
Dwight Bryan lives.
you're right back this side of the White.
That's the one we keep patching, it keeps
Yeah, I
falling
mean,
in.
that thing, and it's in that curve, and once you make that curve, if somebody's coming, you hit that, you almost, I mean, y'all patched it. I don't know if there's anything you can do to it. Like he was talking about, dig it up and pour the concrete to it or something, cause it'll last, seem like about 2 or 3 weeks, and then it starts getting that. But, like I said, what makes it so bad is when you're coming from town, going that way, once
Yeah.
you make that curve, you'll hit that, and
Yeah.
it'll bounce you pretty good. That's the only thing I got.
Anything, Miss Carolyn?
I would like to get that online address for people to put out there about what would help.
It's,
Like
it,
for safer drivers, I wanna put that on here.
okay.
You mean now?
I ain't got my phone with me.
It's okay, it's okay.
What were we looking for?
That QR code for the safety grant.
It's on your website.
Yeah.
It's on the Coffee County website. It is in the Manchester Times and the Tullahoma News. And it's soon to be on Thunder Radio, I hope.
On their website.
This sounds like a really good thing there.
That grant, if we come up with a plan, that grant's worth up to, I don't want to tell you wrong. It's either 12 or $25 million, but it's a 20% match. So what that means is every $1 million we spend,
$200,000.
yeah, it's 200,000. So we couldn't afford a whole lot.
I mean, what
That
can
kinda
you, what can
grant
you use it for?
Might
Just,
persuade the county to throw in some.
can you be used for paving or just, or is it for other things?
This grant that we got now, the $150,000 grant, is for just for a study to see the best avenue to go. So that's the reason we need the survey answered and get people's input on it, because it could be paving, signs, guardrails, you name it, speed limits.
Yeah, I think about it, if it's paving, even if, like you said, it costs you 20 cents on every dollar, that's still, like
That's
you
pretty
said.
good. It's better to come up with 20% than it is 100.
Right, yeah.
Well, it's a lot cheaper to get it through the
Get
state.
5 times as much paving done every year.
Yeah. Like you said, even if the county had to, put out a bond or do something like that, you can get, yeah.
We're getting a lot of paving done this year.
We did, yeah. Y'all did.
Cause that's almost like a
Bang,
nice
bang,
Christmas present.
That's where,
man.
well, I've said for years, that's where if you did something, if you could get a big pot of money to go do, to get y'all ahead, where you then seems like now when you're paving, you're just, can't ever get caught up, where if you had a big lick and went and paved,
They
100
like
mile
here,
road,
I'll sell
100
you
you
this
know what I
brand new
mean?
truck, 20%,
That's right.
let me have it.
to get y'all ahead, where, yeah. Anything else, Miss Carolyn?
Sort of get it going around before too long, and you could have it to where they could try to put it in their budget for next, their budget will come up next July. And, you could try to have it for their next year budget if it can go that fast. I don't know how fast it can go.
It can go real fast.
Real fast.
Oh, really?
Spent $3 million. The state gave us $3 million 2 years ago, and it's gone. And what we did out there at Fredonia Village came out of our pocket, our budget. It didn't come from the state or anywhere else. It came out of our budget. So that's a pretty good lick on us.
$500,000.
But the reason being is asphalt's gonna go up. A lot of other things are gonna go up. We had an opportunity to get someone to come do it, which is rare. All the stars lined up, or it wasn't ever got done, but we got it done,
Now you ain't gotta worry about it for a long time.
hopefully.
What is it been in the paving mile? About 100 and,
It's gonna get next year, it'll probably, the cheapest thing you can get would be 120,000 a mile. We had to put a better mix on Blanche Chapel and
Little Bell.
Lindell Bell because of the traffic count. If there's more than 2,000 cars a day on the road, you have to use. If you're doing a state aid job, you have to have you have to follow their guidelines, and their guideline says are more expensive. And so what we'd been doing was 100,000. What we had to use on that one made it 150,000 a mile.
Dang.
That's with everything paid for now. That's shoulder stone, striping, engineering. The asphalt's, maybe 100,000 a mile, but another 50,000 is engineering and striping and all the paperwork it takes to get the. Ball roll.
That striping's expensive. You wouldn't think it would be, ain't it?
That's expensive. Everything is anymore, but
Yeah, there ain't nothing cheap anymore. I ain't heard the price, yeah, it's been several years since I've heard the price, but I know several years ago it was ridiculous, and I can't imagine what it,
well, it's gonna get higher. It's not gonna get cheaper, I don't think.
I don't have anything, just tell them thank you, I see them out all the time patching holes, I don't know if they just covering my area of the county, but I see them pretty regular staying on top of something.
Them two's been dead set on getting Hillsborough patched.
I'm having just a little while ago that riding around. So again, yeah. Again, like I said, I can't speak for the rest of the county, but I know my area. It seems like I see them all the time out patching and working. So
So you better get them all something nice for Christmas.
yeah, when I see them, at least around once or twice a week and see them. Yeah, it's like that's why I'm gonna brag on them. Again, I don't know if but they're out our way quite a bit. So
That's the way it is down home too.
yeah. But I will say that y'all have done a lot better job the last several years of staying on top of the,
We try.
yeah.
I gotta tell everybody to listen. We need more money.
Okay.
Anything else? If not, I'll take a motion by Jeff.
You wanna set the next meeting?
Oh, and he said the next meeting
Let me get my
These-
calendar up here.
be December
December the 4th.
December 4th will be our next meeting at 3:00. With that, Jeff made a motion to adjourn,
Second.
second by Harless. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, like sign. Well, we are adjourned till December.